What happens when the help becomes the enemy? What happens when the profession becomes the weapon? That's today's video that I have for you guys. We're going to listen to a story of a man who dated a therapist. Now, earlier I had made a video on the topic of therapy speech and how it's weaponized. Well, this one goes a bit deeper, letting you know what it's like to date a therapist. Welcome to the Huxon Network. And in today's video, she was a therapist and a narcissist. And before we get started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts all the way through as we listen to this story. And then we're going to dissect, and I have some questions also. Let's get into it.
I met a girl, she's a therapist. We were talking for a little bit. We talked all of 2 weeks, not a situationship, none of that. We talked all of 2 weeks on a romantic level. I would say 4 days into us just texting, she called me at 6 in the morning. It woke me up and I hung up because clearly that was an accident. So I just, declined it. Then she called me at 7. She called me at 7 in the morning. I woke up because you didn't call me twice. Must need something. Okay, so I'm woke. This is the conversation. I'm very groggy because I just woke up. So I'm like, hello? And she said, were you asleep? She asked it like a confused question, like, why would you be asleep? Mind you, it's 7 in the morning. So I'm like, yeah. And she said, she said, I need you to realize I woke up early to talk to you. Do you understand? And I'm like, okay. No, I'm serious. So I just woke up. Nothing's funny at this moment. So I'm like, okay, what's up? So
Did you actually hear the word placement? The thing about linguistics is there's a request and then there's a command. And so did you pick up that part where she asked, do you understand? That's a command. Let's continue.
We talk all of 4 minutes. And whatever I finished off with, whatever I said at this point was funny enough for me to laugh. If I laughed for 4 seconds, that means she laughed for 2. So I'm sizzling down my laugh, and then it goes quiet for a solid 5 seconds. And she said, I don't think I'm interested in pursuing a relationship with you anymore because I don't feel like you are as serious about your career as I thought you were. I swear to you, I said, yo, it's 6 in the morning. What are you talking about? She was like, if you're an artist, it's like you're not working on any new music. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. And I'm like, bro, mind you, this is February. It's like, yo, I just put out an album. This is when, I don't know when BPD came out, but BPD had came out the week before. So I was like, I just released an album and a single, and I got another single, which was Flowers for Algernon, on the way. What are you talking about? Mind you, I just got out of a relationship. What are you talking about? So she was like,
This is the issue too when being fresh into a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's with a therapist, but anybody. You have to be careful with what you share because any of that information can then be utilized in a dynamic to make you feel guilty that you're not going hard enough. Sidebar, your pace is your pace. And however your workflow is your workflow. As long as you are getting results, you do not have to work at anybody else's pace, especially if you work for yourself. Let's continue.
exactly what she said. I swear to you. It's exactly what she said. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Now I'm like, yo, what's going on? You good? She was like, that's on me. I overstepped and this, that, and this. I'm confused because mind you, it's 7:10 in the morning. So I'm like, you good? And she was like, well, I am a therapist. You should talk to me about what you're going through and I can help you. I can be there for you. I said, if we're going to be dating, I don't want to, blur those lines because I don't want you to know too much about me. This is the thing in my relationships, bro. It's a certain level of me that you're just not gonna know, buddy. So I'm like, nah. And she was like, what happened for you to not want to try therapy? I do therapy. I'm cool. Chat got my back. But I'm like, nigga, I just met you. And we're supposed to be dating. We're trying to, see where this go. Why would I tell you stuff like this, bro? What are you talking about? So she's like, you know what, fine, yada yada. We wrap it up. We get off the phone. I go to sleep.
Now, before we continue, just real quick, because this is just little tidbits. She wasn't getting enough information, so she was asking for him to open up, right? But the little bit of information that he did give her, which he discussed about the music thing, she used that information. So imagine if he would have opened up to her and gave her more information. You have to be careful when people ask you to lower your defenses, right? If you're a nation, right, before you let talks happen with other countries and stuff, you have to let them prove themselves before you start taking them around your lab and showing them your defense. And you know what I'm saying? Like, don't expose yourself for the sake of conversation. Be mindful. Let people prove themselves before you open up to them.
She calls me again at 3 p.m. Same day. 3 p.m. What do you think she called me about? What do you think she wanted? She called me, and this is where she started, okay? This is where we started. Then she backed up, placed the phone down. She is booty butt naked. She is booty butt naked. You know what she said to me? I need you to accept my body. I'm driving. I'm driving, and I'm like, okay. And she said, do you accept my body? I'm like, yeah. And then she proceeds to take me on a body tour. And she's like, these are my tattoos. These are my scars. I need you to accept my body. Okay. Okay. She hangs up. Immediately, as soon as I say okay, she hangs up. She calls me every bit of about 4 minutes later. I swear to you, I swear to you, I swear to God, I swear to God. What do you think she said? She called me back in 4 minutes and she goes, ah! She goes, we're serious. Ah! Maybe I'm mentally ill, but I'm not ready to address that right now. Hangs up.
Now, it probably went over your head on her being booty butt naked and showing herself, right? This is a symbolism of exposure, right? So if I share some vulnerable moments of myself with you, then this should lower your defense in sharing vulnerable sections of yourself. Now, again, sidebar, to people who self-destroy, and I hope you understand what I mean by that. People who self-loathe, people who constantly beat themselves up and knowing that they are their worst critic. There's nothing that you can say to them when weaponizing information to destroy them, because they tell themselves the worst of the worst. But exposing themselves to you is a counter to lower your defense and share things about yourself. And once you share things about yourself, they're going to come back, and they're going to come back heavy. So be mindful of word placements like this. It's not just psychology. It is the word placement and things that they're trying to do on the back end. Because people who self-destruct and self-destroy on a weekly basis, why the hell would they care about your feelings? Let's continue.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key intrigued, but like, what the fuck, nigga? I just met you. This is 4 days in. This is 4 days in. This woman is a therapist. You know what that means? Somebody goes to her that's crazier than her, looking for help. What the fuck? Okay, so we talk like that was on me. I should have got out sooner. But at this point, I'm entertained, bro. She's strictly entertainment purposes only at this point. Like, I gotta see where you going with this. We talked for a little while longer, and one day, I'm not texting back as fast as I need to be. I get distracted. So she's like, hey, I'm not satisfied with your text rate. What's up? And then she like starts going off on me about some stuff. And I was like, yo, I feel like you're projecting some shit on me. Are you okay? What you got going on? Because you really throwing some shit at me right now. And she lit me up, bro. The little bit of information that I gave her on my life, she started attacking me with it. Imagine if I was letting her be my therapist, my nigga. No, she was like lighting me up. And then she was like, don't you ever fucking try to be a therapist to me. That's my job. I'm the fucking therapist here. She's like going off, letting me have it.
there you have it. And what's really sad is that a lot of people, some people just take it as black and white. Oh, this person has shared so much of their life with me, and in return, I should share something back. This should lower your defense to share vulnerable self, right? You need a certain amount of time to pass to see the consistencies in character. If somebody's good, they'll be consistently good, right? They'll think about you without you having to reach out, right? If they're a good leader, then they'll always want to lead you in the right direction, but you need time. You can't trauma or love dump in the first 2 weeks, month. Sometimes these things take years, because some people can wear a mask for years if you're not paying attention, right? But the consistencies in character will reveal who somebody is, right? We're all human, we all make mistakes, but the consistency is the character. So if she is coming at him within a 2-week range, trauma dumping on him, requesting more information out of him, commanding more out of him, then you've got yourself in a situation where it is about control. And for this channel, the motto here is it's always better to understand than to be understood. And that's what I want to teach you guys, is what's in front of you. Listen, you can do whatever it is, okay? I'm just giving observations and experiences of things that I have learned, that I have seen, right? If you want peace, there's a way to go about it. If you like chaos, you should still know what you're dealing with, so you know how to navigate it better instead of always being in a dark storm. It's okay to live your life however you want to live it, but I never want you to be like, I didn't know, because being deceived is a recipe for destruction. Know what you're getting in. But let's finish this video.
So I hung up. You don't talk to me like that on the phone I paid for? On my Lord's Thursday? No, thank you. I hung up. So then she started blowing up my phone with text messages. Honestly, I was with it for a second. I ain't gonna lie to you. But we're not doing the toxic stuff no more. We're growing, bro. My dating for me was like wild as fuck for a little minute. Whew. I want to add that my experience from this taught me I mainly date women that are smarter than me. So like women like this who are therapists and have psychology degrees, bro, I will have to have a lawyer or a real adult present, because I probably was getting manipulated that whole time and didn't even realize it.
Now, you have to be careful when you are entertaining certain things, because you can get taken down a dark place. You would think that your experiences and things that you have dealt with prepared you to deal with certain people. Looking at things as black and white as, he or she won't, do X, Y, and Z. Let me tell you a little story. So I have 3 sisters, right? And my sisters had a friend, and she was a good friend. They grew up with her, the whole 9. And I just kept hearing stories of my sister friend saying that her baby daddy, he says like crazy stuff like, I'll kill you, I'll X, Y, and Z, you better not be bringing no men around my son, blase, blase. And he would just be more and more aggressive. Now, she was adopted, so she didn't have family there for her. I asked her, did she want me to talk to him? Because he was getting very, very aggressive, right, with his words. And over time of him speaking these things, he got comfortable because nobody was popping up in her defense. Nobody checked him. And one day she went to go pick up her son, and he shot and killed her, right? But it was the repetitions, and I don't mean this like over months and whatever the case. This is repetition over a year plus of getting comfortable with things. Now, that is the extreme, and God rest her soul. But when you are dealing with people, you cannot take them as a joke, because you are not dealing with coherent people. You're not dealing with rational people. So understand the mind state of people when you're dealing with them. You can't just say shit like, oh yeah, he or she is crazy. Well, what is the limitation of that crazy, right? And to think to yourself as if, oh, nothing will happen to me. That's very egotistical, male or female. And so I tell you this because I just want you to win in life. You do deserve a great relationship with excitement, but crazy isn't excitement. That's instability.